The rumors started as whispers in the darkest corners of the Pentagon. They spoke of a young man, a ghost in the machine, with a connection to the deafening roar of fighter jets unlike anyone had ever seen. His name, whispered in hushed tones, was Alex. Alex wasn't just a pilot, he was something more, something beyond comprehension. He possessed an uncanny ability, a psychic link to the very metal and fuel that propelled those airborne behemoths across the sky. He could feel their every movement, hear their every throb, as if they were extensions of his own body. But it was his control over sound, over the thunderous roar of the jets, that truly set him apart. He could manipulate the sonic waves, shaping them, focusing them, even transforming them into a voice that boomed across the sky, a voice that could shake the ground and rattle the bones of anyone who dared to listen. This was no ordinary weapon. This was something born from the shadows, something whispered about in legends and feared by those who knew too much. This was the future of warfare. The Pentagon, in a desperate bid to harness this power, initiated Project Starchild, a clandestine operation buried deep within the labyrinthine corridors of Stargate Command, dedicated to understanding and weaponizing Alex's unique abilities. Stargate Command, known for its forays into the unknown, its encounters with extraterrestrial threats, now found itself facing a different kind of enigma. An enigma born not of distant stars, but from within the mind of a seemingly ordinary young man. They brought in their best, scientists, psychologists, even individuals rumored to possess psychic abilities themselves. But Alex remained a puzzle, his powers a mystery even to himself. He could feel the jets, hear their whispers, but he couldn't explain the how or the why. He was a weapon, yes, but he was also a liability, a wild card in a game with stakes higher than anyone could imagine. And as they delved deeper into the depths of his mind, they began to realize that the whispers they were hearing weren't just coming from the jets. The test mission was dubbed Operation Silent Thunder, a cruel irony given the nature of Alex's abilities. A rogue state had developed a sonic weapon, a device capable of unleashing devastating shockwaves across entire cities. Conventional forces were useless. The weapon was shielded, hidden deep within a mountain fortress. Alex was their only hope. He was to pilot a modified F-35 equipped to interface with his neural pathways, to become an extension of his will. The mission: infiltrate the fortress, using his control over the jet's sound signature to remain undetected and disable the weapon. The weight of the world quite literally rested on his shoulders. The fate of millions hung in the balance, and all that stood between them and annihilation was a young man with an unexplainable gift and the deafening roar of a fighter jet. The hangar, usually alive with the cacophony of jet engines and barked orders, was eerily silent. The air crackled with tension, the anticipation palpable. The team, a mix of seasoned veterans and wide-eyed scientists, watched with bated breath as Alex prepared to push the boundaries of what they thought was humanly possible. Section 4, Whispers Become Commands, a display of power. As Alex took off, the jet seemed to melt into the night, its usual thunderous roar reduced to a barely audible hum. He navigated the treacherous mountain passes with impossible precision, his mind in sync with the machine, the whispers of the jet guiding his every move. He could feel the enemy presence now, a discordant symphony of electronic signals and human activity. He focused his will, manipulating the jet's sonic output, creating a cloak of silence around the aircraft. He was a phantom, a whisper in the wind, unseen, unheard. Reaching the fortress, he weaved through its defenses, his mind dancing with the complex algorithms controlling the sonic weapon. He saw the fear in the eyes of the enemy soldiers as he passed, their weapons useless against a threat they couldn't even perceive. His voice, amplified and distorted by the jet's engines, boomed through the fortress, a guttural growl that shook the very foundation of the mountain. It was a message, a warning, a declaration of power. They could not hide, they could not run. Section 5. Incredulity gives way to fear. The military brass watched the operation unfold on their monitors, their faces a mixture of awe and terror. The impossible was happening before their very eyes. A single fighter jet, piloted by a young man with an uncanny gift, was infiltrating an impenetrable fortress, its presence masked by a silence that defied all logic. General Michaels, a man who had seen his fair share of battles, could only stare in disbelief. "What in God's name are we witnessing?" he whispered, his voice barely audible above the hum of the monitors. Dr. Elizabeth Croft, the lead scientist on Project Starchild, allowed herself a small, triumphant smile. "We're witnessing the future, General," she said, her voice trembling with excitement. "We're witnessing the dawn of a new era in warfare." But as the operation progressed, a sense of unease began to creep into the room. Alex's control over the jet was becoming more pronounced, more instinctive. It was as if the line between man and machine was blurring, the whispers becoming commands.